Welcome to our channel, where we explore the profound wisdom and timeless teachings of the Bible. From Genesis to Revelation, we delve into the narratives, parables, prophecies, and lessons that have guided millions over centuries. He said that the end times would be similar to the days of Noah. God was angry with both humans and animals, and decided to wipe them out from the earth with a great flood. Why was he angry with animals too? Well, the book of Jude tells us that some angels left their heavenly positions and came down to earth. They sinned by having sexual relations with humans and also with animals. This created unnatural hybrids of different kinds of flesh. The Bible forbids this kind of behavior and calls it confusion and perversion. God regretted creating them and said that all flesh had corrupted itself. The angels, the humans, and the animals were all guilty. The only ones who survived the flood were Noah and his family, and the animals that he took into the ark. But the Bible also implies that some of the hybrids may have escaped the flood by living under the sea, since they had a different way of breathing. They are still on the earth today, and they will reappear in the last days. The Bible says that the last days will be like the days of Noah, when people were eating, drinking, and marrying. They were unaware of the coming judgment until the flood came and destroyed them. The passage also mentions some strange creatures that have human, lion, and female features. They are locusts that wear armor and make loud noises. They are the result of the angelic and animal mixing, and they have been kept in a place called the bottomless pit. They will be released in the end times as part of God's wrath. The prophecy that is often overlooked is that Jesus said the end times would resemble the days of Noah. The Lord declared his intention to wipe out both men and animals from the face of the earth. This raises the question, why was he so angry with animals? In the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6, it is written that the angels who did not keep their first estate, but abandoned their own dwelling place, are held in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. This is similar to the situation in Sodom and Gomorrah, where people gave themselves over to fornication and pursued strange flesh. Fornication typically refers to sexual relations between humans, but the Bible also mentions the pursuit of strange flesh. This term is derived from the word for heterosexual and implies a difference. Not all flesh is the same. There is one kind of flesh for humans, another for beasts, another for fish, and another for birds. The Bible says they pursued strange flesh. Leviticus 18:23 advises not to lie with any beast to defile oneself, essentially prohibiting sex with animals. It is considered confusion, and anyone who sleeps with any kind of beast is cast out. Bestiality is not allowed. The Lord regretted creating both humans and animals because all flesh had corrupted its way on the earth. When the angels descended, they didn't just sleep with human women, they also slept with animals. This resulted in hybrids between humans and angels. But it's often forgotten that there should also be hybrids between angels and beasts, and angels and other animals. The Bible states that only animals that breathe through their nostrils died in the flood, with no mention of fish. This suggests that the Nephilim might have survived by adopting a different breathing system that allowed them to live underwater. They survived Noah's flood because they had relations with aquatic animals. The Nephilim are still here on earth. The Bible says that just as in the days of Noah, so will it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. They ate, drank, married, and were given in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark and the flood came and destroyed them. This gives us the context of sexual immorality. God brought a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh. He was angry with all flesh, not just humans. Anything that breathes with no mention of fish will die. There are locusts with hair like women and teeth like lions. They have breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings is like the sound of chariots. They have faces like humans and lions and hair like women. These are crossbreeds between angelic beings and animals, and they were reserved from the time of Noah. In the Hebrew language, the term Abaddon is used, while in Greek, it's Apollyon. Both terms refer to destruction and death. This is mentioned in Revelation 16, verses 12 and 13. The sixth angel poured out his vial on the great river Euphrates, drying it up to prepare the way for the kings of the east. 3 unclean spirits resembling frogs emerged from the mouth of the dragon, which is Satan. According to the Bible, Satan resides at the bottom of the sea. Isaiah 34:14. The wild beasts of the desert will meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr, a creature that is half human, half god. Many people around the world are familiar with the term Dagon, which means fish god. Dagon is depicted as a half-fish, half-human entity. The Lord prepared a great fish, the root word of which is dag, the root word for Dagon. This implies that the creature that swallowed Jonah was not a whale, but a demonic entity. Jonah was in the belly of a demon, taken by Satan. God is only informing us about our dwelling place, not about the sea. There is life in the sea, and there are creatures in the sea that survived the flood. Jonah prayed to the Lord from the belly of the fish. Naturally, one cannot survive in the belly of a fish or any animal for 3 days. We have only explored 5% of the sea, leaving 95% unknown. The dead will be given up by the sea, specifically by the sea creatures that dwell there. They are hidden from sight at the bottom of the sea, close to hell. God has commanded a serpent that resides in the depths, a creature that doesn't rely on nostrils for breathing. This creature is a hybrid, a creation of a divine entity that has adapted to survive in both the spiritual and natural realms. This information might seem overwhelming, but it's relevant to our understanding of certain symbols in our world. For instance, when Terry Heckler designed the Starbucks logo, he focused on the brand's nautical theme. His research led him to the 16th century woodcut of a two-tailed mermaid. The logo has evolved over time, from an exposed-breasted mermaid in 1971 to a more modest design in 1987, and then back to its original form in 2008. This return to the original design sparked controversy due to its perceived over-sexualization. This mermaid, or Dagon, is a symbol of a deity that was once worshipped but fell out of favor. Now it seems as though there's an effort to bring back this worship. The return of these gods is what empowers the Antichrist. When these gods return and are over-sexualized, it signifies the end times. Dagon, in particular, is associated with sexual perversion and demands public worship. Similar symbols can be found in other brands, such as Versace, which uses the image of Medusa, a Greek god. These symbols all trace back to Dagon, who is trying to reclaim his lost glory. The system needs to be set up to match what it was in the past, and the sign of deception is a key indicator of the end times. When the image of Dagon or the mermaid exists, and you recognize it in the Starbucks logo, you'll see that it wears a crown, signifying its kingly status. It's a two-sided figure, encompassing everything. The inspiration for this figure comes from the sea, from Dagon. The creature that swallowed Jonah was a dog, a fish. The primary sign of the end times, as Jesus told his disciples, is deception. So be vigilant and don't be deceived. Thank you for joining us in this journey through the Bible. If you found our content insightful and wish to continue exploring the scriptures with us, please subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue our work and reach more seekers of biblical wisdom. Stay tuned for more enlightening content.